Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. My name is Victoria Pikowska, and I'm the founder of Victory Art. And today, I would love to welcome you in one of the final parts of our seminars. So, first of all, I would love to mention that these seminars are supported by Norway Grants, and this is part of 12 seminar sessions where we discuss different topics about art industry. So, Victory Art is all about breaking stereotypes and building new perceptions. We're working with artists from Central and Eastern Europe, and we help them to come to the global art market. First of all, welcome back to our seminars. I would love to ask you to be mindful of other speakers. Please keep your microphone off, and if you have any questions, feel free to turn on your microphone in the end, or you can always put your questions in the chat. And definitely have a good time. As I mentioned, these seminars are supported by Norway Grants. And if you have any questions, you can as well go to our website to seminar section, where you can find as well previous recordings, everything about seminars, previous presentations, and even transcriptions. My name is Victoria Pikowska, and I'm the founder of Victory Art. I used to be a passionate photographer. Now I'm a full-time entrepreneur. However, this allowed me to learn a lot about how business works. And that's why I'm sharing it with you right now, because I know how tough it is to make it in the art industry. Today, we will be focusing on building partnerships with galleries for collections. Last week, we were discussing building partnerships with galleries in general, or basically we were talking about building portfolio, what you should be careful about, the do's and don'ts. And today we're going to be doing kind of similar thing. However, this time it will be focused more on specific collections. So partnership part one, as I already mentioned, it was all about how to approach galleries. However, right now we're going to be focusing more about how to enter the business world. As well, we will be focusing how to create corporate partnerships for you as an artist, how to gain more visibility, grow your business, and sell your art at highest possible price. Of course, fair price. Pricing, we already discussed a quite back. So if you have more questions about pricing, do not hesitate to go to our website and check seminar about pricing. Or at the same time, you can contact us at curator@victoria.eu. So, in general, before we discussed mainly about business to consumer, or like you as an artist to consumer. So it meant more like small collectors or people who wanted to just purchase artwork. However, if we're discussing business to business, that's a little bit different topic. So placing your art in like a public places can really help you to gain more exposure, especially if it is done in a great way, and especially if you have great venue, because not all venues are the right venues for you. So let's say if you are exposing your artworks in ice cream place where people are just like passing by, and you know that they're usually spending there like €2 for a coffee or €1 for ice cream, that's probably not the best place to exhibit it. However, if you, let's say, exhibit it in high-end office space, that is already like a better indicator, and there's higher chance of you actually selling artworks. So not everyone is nowadays attending galleries. And I can tell you from my personal experience, majority of people are not attending galleries, and they're even scared to go into galleries because they feel they do not belong there. They feel that they do not have enough knowledge to really go to gallery and look at artworks. I personally think this is very mistaken perception. However, you have to work with this. People really feel this way. So you don't want your clients to feel like this. And mainly, you want people to really look at your artworks. And the best way you can do it is to do it in like a natural environment where people are randomly passing by, preferably your target clients, people who are able to buy your artworks. And they interact with them kind of on unconscious level. On the other hand, about B2B, companies very much profit in buying from buying artworks. So there are a lot of tax benefits. There are as well a lot of benefits for their employees. It's benefiting as well the CSR, so corporate social responsibility. So this is actually a really great target group for you. However, let's start from the beginning. You can start small, and you should start small because you will be learning about how to approach bigger companies while approaching smaller companies. Think as well about places you visit, places where people interact with your artworks, places where people go to look at artworks. You know, I don't mean galleries. I mean that maybe you were passing by a store in a high end as well, street in your city, or maybe you were in a public hall or a city hall, and there is artworks. That can be as well a very great place for you. You never know. So definitely do your research. Have a look who is in charge of the selecting art, and as well who is in charge in general of like taking care of the facility, and maybe facility management, and try to get in touch with them. We already discussed before how to get in touch with clients, but this can be done through emails. If you're good in finding the emails, usually they're publicly available, however a little bit hidden, or you can give it a try through LinkedIn. I would say that sometimes LinkedIn is even better than email. So you can as well maybe try to get in touch with local architects or interior designers who are doing even small projects, and you can just start working with them and see where it goes. Because if you have already a few people you're working with, and they are even like interested in really like working with you in the long run, and they're interested in general working with you as an artist as well on commission artworks, this can really help you to build up your perception and your reputation as an artist. So when you're doing B2B, make sure that that you really have specific deal or specific vision on your mind, because you as an artist, you will have to put a lot of work in this and make sure that it as well benefits you, not only partners. So please always be professional. When you're in business, make sure you are acting like a business person, because if you come somewhere and you will not talk a specific language, or you will not follow a certain, I mean, unwritten, those are even like unwritten rules, but if you do not if you're not perceived as a professional within your industry, you cannot expect people to really take you seriously. So keep it on your mind. And even if you're an artist who's really passionate about art and you feel like you don't know everything, that's fine, but still keep your presentation professional. Make people understand or make them feel that you know what you are talking about. So give them this kind of reassurance. And best thing how to prevent people to take advantage of you is to really have set up a really great contract. So maybe now you will be like, oh my God, I have to go to lawyer, and lawyer has to prepare a specific contract for me, and this is too complicated. It's not. You can even nowadays go to different websites and you can download contract for like €1, €2, €5, €10, depends really on you. In the beginning, you don't need extra fancy personalized contract. In the beginning, when you find something on internet which is talking about, for example, the termination of the contract, what happens if the sale goes through, what happens if there's damage, how long this cooperation will last, all these like details, then this is more than enough for the beginning. So before approaching as well, make sure that except the vision, you have as well a well set up portfolio and documents. So before, we already discussed how to create a portfolio. However, make sure that it's really up to date and your documents are done professionally, and your documents really show that you are skilled in your industry. So you can even use inventory to manage, your to keep track of your files or keep track of your artworks. It really depends what are you the most comfortable with. And in general, I would not suggest you to really push yourself to like really do something what you do not maybe understand or you don't feel very comfortable with, because that can create more confusion. So uh, when you are selling artworks, people will always keep asking you additional questions, and that is good, because when people are asking you questions, and even if they say no in the end, it's still good, because you know that they are already somehow interested in you. So the sale might not happen immediately. It can happen in 3 months, in 6 months. Maybe they, because of corona, they're not in the right place. However, basically, if you keep talking with them, and if you keep them updated, then there's very high chance that it happens. I can tell you that even like a past client we had, I spoke to this lady, I think a year and 3 months ago, and then she came and she was like, yeah, I'm ready to purchase right now. So you really don't know who will be your clients. About the target group and selling to the right audience, we discussed this more in depth before, but it really depends on your art. It really depends on your pricing. It depends on your style, and really think about the right place for your art. Because let's say if you're doing street art, like what you see right now on the pictures on the right side, well, this kind of art will probably not be the best art for like a very over modern minimalistic place, right? This will disrupt it. So think about what's the best for you. And it can be even maybe a doctor's office. That can really happen. We had one client from Switzerland who was owner of a high-end clinic for very VIP guests, and he was interested in art, and he was interested in more calm art. So it really like depends who you're working with. Keep this on your mind and make sure that you educate yourself as well in aesthetic. No benefits as well of your art. So how other businesses will benefit from your specific art. And do not forget that the whole marketing strategy depends on who you're targeting. You cannot communicate the same language you're communicating to your friends, to your parents, to your, I don't know, teachers, to your colleagues, to your partner. There are different ways how to communicate with people, and you have to make sure that you choose the right communication tool for a specific audience. If you need as well help, you can, for example, hire or make some deal with an art consultant. In the beginning, it can be pretty scary place to start in the art market, and you can feel as well very lost. But that's why there are, for example, many art consultants or business consultants. And for example, even Victory Art is going to offer consultancy for artists in the upcoming period. So if you're interested in consultancy as an artist, you can sign up already right now. And we will be starting on the 1st of January. So do not hesitate to contact our curator@victoryart.eu. Well, building a business takes long. So I would definitely suggest you to start as soon as possible, because it takes time to get attention, and it takes time to develop relationship, and it takes time to as well think about the strategy. So the best way how you can start right now is to really sit down and think about what you want to achieve as an artist. In terms of art dealers and galleries, they get a lot of application from different artists. We discussed it as well, like in a previous session, like last week, and we discussed how to properly approach galleries. So I'm gonna repeat it briefly. You should really do your research. No matter if you want to approach your clients or if you want to approach other galleries, you have to do your research. We're getting a lot of emails from artists all over the world who don't go to our website, don't check our website properly, and don't understand that we're only working with Eastern European artists while it's clearly on the main page of our website. Those people, we even usually don't respond to these people because we see that they did not put effort in sending us email. So make sure that it's personalized. You don't have to share necessarily your whole portfolio and everything. I would just suggest you to first ask whether they are open to something like that, whether you can share it with them, and then based on that you can approach further. So usually there are a few reasons why artists fail in this kind of business, and that's that they, as I mentioned before, they just don't do their research and they send to 100 galleries the same email while I'm sorry while they even don't check them properly. So if you're giving people no information about your background, you cannot really expect them to be interested in you because you're someone who is not probably known, and if you're known, you would not look for a gallery or someone to help you with. So definitely tell them something about your background because they don't know you. If you share with them only link to your website or a few pictures, that does not make you seem as a professional. So please don't do that. That's not good enough. Well, you have to always think why the gallery should be interested in working with you, like why you're special. For example, for me personally, I really love when artist comes to Victory Art and the artist is proactive. We love it. We literally love it. So be as well proactive because that's going to help you to build your career amazingly. So it's really up to you to following up on the galleries, to following up on your clients, and really thinking how they will benefit in the cooperation with you. So show the gallery and the collection that you really belong there. Many massive banks, I can maybe name a few here. Let's say we are right now based in England, right? So ABN AMRO, that's actually a company we collaborated before with. They are having a massive collection of artworks. In this massive collection, they have only one Czech artist. And we don't know exactly how it got there because we were never able to find out, but that's the only one, and the rest are Dutch artists, I think Belgium, Luxembourg artists, and I think few Germans. Another big company probably everybody knows is ING. ING has a small massive collection here in Netherlands. However, they recently started building massive collection in Poland as well. So if you're, for example, artist in Poland, they really love going to exhibitions and really see paintings live. So think whether you are even fit, and definitely do not hesitate to ask them and email them directly. Mention specific details about your art, especially when someone is purchasing art for collection. It's usually a collection which is more expensive. It's or artworks which are more expensive. It's usually artist who is more successful or has already certain success behind her or behind him and can show some approved track record of the success. They have to see that you're working, that your collections or your art has a specific vision, because if they see that you just like splash something on a canvas and there's not really anything behind it, they will not purchase you because they will be like, oh, we kind of don't understand the art. And that's not a problem because not everybody will understand you. However, it's more about like, if you don't have vision behind your art, people will sense it. So think about this one. And for some people, you even have to write about it. And the last point, what is definitely good and which really will help you to grow and to be more successful, is to making sure that everything what's on your social media, portfolio, and website is consistent, has like a same vibe, and is updated. Because if someone comes to your social media and they see, oh, this person posted a year ago but tries to be a professional artist, then that does not very much um, work for them. So in terms of presentation as well, limit the amount of artworks. Don't show everything, show only the best. And don't show collections which are too different. Maybe that's your style, and if your style is being completely inconsistent and you're confident in it, go for it. But if you're an artist who is looking for himself or herself, be very specific and show only the best works, and as well what's relevant for them. So you can even list the relevant artworks, with explanations which fits them and why it fits them. And then you will really see, many pieces you have for sale are not really the best fit for them, or maybe you can even at some point repaint them. So for example, showing to collectors as well the process of you making an art, and them understanding how long it takes and why it's so complicated and why you're so special. That can be as well a very good thing to do it. About the pricing, we're going as well to past few seminars. So having a pricing ready is very important thing. Don't do sudden changes. Don't go too high and then go, like 40-50% low. That does not make you seem as a really reliable artist and a professional artist. And be clear on your all charges when you're selling your artwork, because people don't like hidden charges. So make sure that you mention, this is shipping, this is, I don't know, packaging, some artists charge for packaging, this is my pricing of art. Best thing what you can do is to have even certificate for a specific artwork, and based on this certificate you create pricing for your other artworks. Often it happens that artists are not really having a good pricing, and then they just like say like, oh, my art is worth 5,000, 3,000, 2,000. They don't know themselves. This is a very big red flag. First of all, no one is gonna insure your art unless it's sold, or unless you have a certificate of a specific value. And this certificate has to be done for a specific painting, so that one painting can be insured with the certificate. However, insurance companies don't want to insure it if it's not sold or doesn't have certificate. And I guess you as an artist, you will not very much create certificate and pay for certificate for each artwork. So the best thing is for you as an artist to really do at least one certificate for a specific artwork, and based on this certificate look at pricing and really think about the pricing, because that already gives you like more legitimacy as a client, as an artist. So in terms how you present yourself and introduce yourself, please be organized, be as well helpful to your clients, help them with information, guide them as well. And if they don't know something, definitely tell them that you would love to support them, in like organizing or like helping them to actually maybe frame or maybe hang the artwork, because majority of art buyers don't know how to do it. If it's a big collection, they probably will already know, but if it's small collection, that can help them a lot, and that can open even more door for you than you would even think. If you are really focusing on a specific collection, make sure that there's a specific vision behind this team you are like helping them with, or what you're sharing with them. Because if there's no specific topic, that can be as well not very good for them to buy. Especially collections, they really love to have collection of a specific kind of artwork or specific period from some artist. So make sure that you are able to offer something like that as well. And if we're really supposed to think about you and your career and how to showcase yourself properly, the best is doing it in series. So you, for example, say to yourself, okay, I want to present series of 5 artworks from 5 collections or 10 collections. But the more consistent you are, the more professional portfolio and your CV is, the more likely are people to really purchase from you as an artist. So portfolio is usually not the most complicated thing to do. However, you really have to think about it. And you have to really think what makes you as an artist unique. Don't be open-minded. When you want something and when you want to work with someone or you want to be part of the collection, tell them directly why you are a good fit. Because if there's artists who's like, yeah, I don't know, I like this might be okay for me, yeah, I can do something like that, then that's as well a sign of not being professional. So be as well strict in what you believe in and what you can offer and what you're bringing to the table. If you have as well some specific conditions for your art, then say it in advance, because when you say it right before purchase, then people will feel like, not very comfortable, they might want to back up, and there's much higher risk that they will actually back up from you from purchasing your art. So I would strongly suggest you that if you have a conditions, like for example, I want my artworks to be sold in 20 years to some museum or gallery, say it in advance, because that might not be the right fit for the buyers. But if this is what you really want, then say it in advance, because that can save you a lot of time and that can save you a lot of unnecessary feelings. The gallery needs to know the history behind your art. They need to know who you are, where you want to go as well. And the best thing you can do is to be really responsive to them. For example, Victory Art is right now working on a dashboard, and we're collecting details from our artists. And basically, we are tracking their history, so what they did since the beginning of their career. And based on that, we are able to like see who is the most successful and who has the best probability of success. And we're from some artists, we're receiving amazing information. From some artists, we don't receive almost anything. And for us, this is as well like a sign that, okay, we're dealing with professional and we're dealing with amateur. And for us as a gallery, if some big company comes to us and they say like, we want something very exclusive, of course we're going to offer them professional artists, because we want to present ourselves in a good light. And I wish more people knew about this. So if we should wrap it up, put time and effort in the way you're presenting yourself. Be ready and have ready your documents. Don't necessarily like try to jump immediately, to some collaboration, or even like don't try necessarily to approach like some really big collection or gallery unless you really do your proper research about it. Be clear what you can bring to the gallery and what gallery can offer you as well, and what you want from them. And don't forget to really personalize, your approach. So make sure that all these things are there. Well, we're in the end of our today's seminar, and next week we will be talking about how to build and maintain relationship with the client. It's gonna be a seminar about introduction to building relationships with your clients. It's gonna be as well the ways how you can maintain relationships and skills to really develop if you want to be successful as an artist. We already discussed before that you as an artist, you should be more like artpreneur and not necessarily only artist, that you really need to create for your clients, and you really need to give them this extra value. So we will continue on this next week, the same time, Thursday, 7 p.m. Now there as well, there's space for questions and answers. So if you have any question, you can either put it in chat, or you can as well just like turn on your mic and ask the question directly, or even you can email to our curator at curator@victoryart.eu, and our team would love to answer all your questions. So if we don't have any questions at this point, I would love to as well tell you that don't forget to sign up for our free consultancy sessions, which will be starting next year since 1st of January. And you can already sign up to this consultation at victoryart.eu. So do not hesitate to contact us. Well, thank you so much. I'm happy that you are with me today, and have a great day.